Hello, Internet. I am trying to kill some time again, up early in the morning. God, I should almost rename this Early Morning Gaming, but let me show you. Speedrunner is basically you have to find all 24 journals and finish the game within 10 minutes. It's the only achievement I haven't gotten. Now, I think I've practiced enough where I know where all the journals are. I've now tried it twice, and I didn't make the 10-minute time limit, and I figured, you know what? I think I can get it this time, so I really should probably be recording it so you can... The only hint I can really tell you is when you look in the journal page, they will be even on both sides. 24, 12 on each. And a couple of them are a little tricky. Like, you'll have to open a folder to get a note inside when there's two notes, or there's open a folder, get a note inside, and then close a folder and pick up a piece of paper on the outside. So if you have any problems, I'm going to link down the bottom a timers that you can click on to each individual journal. So that way, in case you think you missed one or whatever at the end, and you get there and you're like, where did this one go? You can look at the journals and the names and, try to figure out which one that you missed. And try it again, because that's what I've been doing, and I just hope I get it this time. So let's get it rolling and see if I grab it.
Dear Katie, so much has changed, even just since you've been away. We moved into this house. I'm in a new school, and my big sister being gone for a year doesn't make it any easier. It doesn't feel real, but I'm not gonna let it faze me. I used to tell you everything, and if I can't do it in person, because you're off gallivanting around who knows where, I'll tell it to this journal, just like I was talking to you. It's weird hanging out with girls. Daniel was around ever since I was little, and other girls? I don't know. But being around Lonnie is like instant. Lonnie came over today, but everything was different. She was sitting at my desk chair, and she wouldn't look at me. Finally, I asked her. Lonnie brought her hair dye over today. She said, I need to fix these roots. Think you could help? Dyeing hair is weirdly intimate. I don't know if I've touched someone else's scalp before. That's pretty intimate, right? It felt intimate. We looked in the mirror together after, and I expected her to say something about how it looked crappy or good or whatever. But that's when she said, "You're so beautiful." And she was looking at me. Oh my God. You are so lucky you finished high school before we moved into this house. So, it's the first day of school, and there I am, introducing myself to the class. And I say that I just moved into the house on Arbor Hill. All of a sudden, every kid in the room turns and just stares like I suddenly transformed into a mutant. I just stood there, wishing pretty hard for a rewind button. Because now maybe nobody knows my name, but they all know who I am. At Todd's brother's place after the show, there was only a futon to sleep on, so Lonnie and I shared it. The lights went out. I was turned toward her. My eyes started to adjust, and then I could see she was looking at me, too. In the dark, She smiled. My heart was beating so fast. I rolled over. You know that feeling where the first moment you see someone, it's like they have a big gold star around them, and you have to get to know them? Well, there's this girl. I think she's a senior. She's usually dressed kind of punk, but sometimes I see her in this, army uniform, and she's always drawing in this notebook, looking so intense. When you live in one place your whole life, your next-door neighbor is kind of like your default friend. And Daniel only got weirder over the years. So moving away has been a good excuse to, not see him. So you know what they say about the best laid plans of mice and men? Yeah, turns out it applies to Street Fighter too. At least I worked up the courage to walk into the 7-Eleven and ask for a turn, but all that practice at home did not exactly It's different now. I mean, we still hang out all the time like before. But now when no one else is around, well, I'm so stupid sometimes. I was telling Lonnie that I got into my college summer program thing, and I was all making plans like, you should come visit me, stay in my dorm. They tell you to stick with the group on field trips, Katie. There's a reason for that. Todd's band lost their singer. Todd said he sucked. Lonnie said he got sick of Todd's shit, and he was complaining about needing a new singer. So Lonnie was like, I can sing. And they were all kind of like, you can? And she was like, probably. But she's been rehearsing with them for a week now. And I finally got to see them play in Todd's basement today. And she's actually really... I don't get Lonnie sometimes. Her band, and our zine, and her hair, and everything are all anti-authority. But I watch her in JROTC, and she's doing drills in perfect formation, following orders, no question. And there's all this stuff in the Katie, you know how Mom and Dad are. Not exactly super open-minded about things. It feels like every minute I don't spend with Lonnie. I had an interesting talk with Mom and Dad tonight. One you were never gonna need to have. I mean, you've known, right? Daniel finally came over to get his game. I'd been dreading it. But he brought this story with him that I wrote when we were little. Lonnie had her going-away show with her band tonight. She's so incredible on stage. When she was singing, I could practically forget everything. We agreed our last night together would be our happiest ever, and we'd forget tomorrow was going to come at all. It worked for a while. We had a good time seeing Oscar off, then ran up to the attic to look through our photos, to find one for Lonnie to take with her. And looking at them, I realized they were all in the past, and there wouldn't be any more. And I didn't know what I asked Lonnie what she had to do to get ready to ship out for basic training. She said, not a lot, really. You're not allowed to bring anything with you. You have no possessions, no contact with the outside world while you're in basic. You just train hard every day, and then you deploy from there. So, they'll just send her away. To who knows where. The other side of the country. The other side of the world. My mind, can't process it. That she's really going to be gone. Just gone. The sunset light in this house is the saddest thing I've ever seen. I just want to sleep. When I'm in the attic, it almost feels like Lonnie could still be here. She's just downstairs. I'm just waiting to hear her pull down the hatch and come running up. Maybe I'll go up to the attic and wait. Meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Sometimes you just have to lie to Mom and Dad. Like when Lonnie asked me to see a band with her and stay over at her friend's place in the city after. That's a lie to Mom and Dad situation. But it was... Oh my God. Katie, I fell asleep in the attic, in Lonnie and my old spot, and I missed the first 2 calls. I just barely caught the third one before the machine got it. And it was Lonnie, on a payphone. She'd been on the bus to Basic, and she said she couldn't think of anything but me and us, and that she couldn't go through with it, with the army and...
Wow, didn't think I was going to make it, but there you go. At the end, I popped it up real quick, looked at the journal, saw I had them all, hit the green book, and done.
Coming soon.